Okay. I guess I'm live. Maybe. Not sure. I got one person in here. I tell you. Didn't wash my face. Somebody gave us some cheese flavored popcorn and I helped myself and I think I got some stuff on my face. I washed my hands, didn't wash my face. Oh well. It is what it is. I guess it's gonna be a while before I get rid of that tingy. Oh man. Well, today is a cold, cloudy, breezy day. I got stuff to do outside, but it's just with the wind, it's just near impossible to get it done. So I figured, well, I will. My husband's making noise downstairs. I will go live. And one thing, see, last week it was an absolutely beautiful day. It was sunny. It was warm enough to work. And I had things I had to do. And it's like, you know what? I just didn't have time to go live. I had to take advantage of the weather. You know, this time of year we have so few beautiful days where, you know, you can get some work done. So I had to work on it. And so I did not go live. Now, I did record a video, and I had planned on either getting it up that night or the next day. However, my editing program decided to give me some grief, and it's like, great, I can't put this video up. And so it never got put up, and it's a shame because some of it was in the background. I was going to show you what I was working on. So I think the issue is my computer, not necessarily software. I think I need to clean out whatever, you know, the memory, whatever you call it, cookies or something. You know, I got to clean out something on the computer because it's just bogged down. So anyway, I'm a little bit sore. I went and I slipped in the mud the other day, and it came down on my shoulder, and now I'm like tight between my spine and my shoulder, and it's like, been working on it. It's gradually improving, but makes it difficult to sit here where I don't have a back to rest on. See, that's the nice thing about when I was doing the live stream in the barn. I had the folding chair to sit in, whereas up here on our second floor, I'm sitting on the bed, which happens to be an air mattress. So I pumped it up as hard as it would go, but you know, yeah, one of these days I will have a real bed. But you know, the air mattress is working, you know, so it is what it is. There's other more important things I need to deal with one of these days. So anyway, what's been going on? Well, and putting the push on for the new goat barn, I had to move 20, well, I thought I had 28, but apparently I don't have 28 pieces of 14-foot long metal roofing panels from one side of the barn to the other side of the barn and down a little ways, so that it's there for when the guys can start working on my goat barn. Now, what they're going to be doing is setting the posts and putting the roof up. I told them I can do the walls. It's not going to be that tall. It's going to be fairly short. I think I figured out no taller than 6 feet in the back and no taller than 7 feet in the front. So if they could make it 5 and 6, it doesn't matter. I'm short, The other thing is the vet is tall, so I should make it 7 feet in the front. Yeah, because the vet is tall. Not hoping I never have to have the vet here, but just in case, that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 6 feet in the back and 7 feet in the front, the run-in part. And we've got some additional pieces of metal. It's a different kind of metal, and we may be able to use that for the walls or some of the walls. So that'll help me get it done faster. Hoping. Now, I did order lumber this week, and hopefully it'll be ready by the end of this week. And hopefully the guys can come and throw this up real quick for me. Probably in a matter of hours. The hardest part's going to be setting the post, digging the holes for the post. That's going to be the hardest part. I could dig the first hole for them, and they can go from there. But when they're here working, for me to dig the holes, they are so much faster than I am. So I don't mind digging the first one for them. It'll give them one less hole they have to dig. But then they can go off of that and build the rest of it. So anyway, so that is the next crucial, and it is crucial, project is the goat barn. I got to get that done because Coco is starting to bag up. And I believe Mama is also starting to bag up. And they are both very round. And it's like, oh, great. So I'm hoping and praying I get the new goat barn built and ready for them before anybody kids, because they will have more room. I don't like having them in that shelter where they are right now. Let's just say goat horns and a tarp wall do not mix very well. And there are plenty of holes in it. And I have just been patching them with duct tape, just trying to get through until I get this new barn built. It'll have wood and metal walls, and hopefully it'll be drier. Where that shelter is right now, that's like the wettest area. Well, not the wettest, but it's still a lot wetter than it should be for goats. Where I'm going to be putting them is going to be a drier area. So the goat barn is what's going on right now. Once I finish the goat barn, then, well, there's a whole lot of other small projects to do. I got to make some more nesting boxes, but I also have to build some raised beds because I got to get them ready for spring. And, getting them built and in place and filled, that's going to take time. If I just stop hurting myself, I could probably get things done faster. But, oh, hi, Sugar Creek. See, we do the same with our goats. Yeah, the tarp has helped, but is not without obvious usage. Yes, exactly. I mean, it's better than having them out in the open, right? It's what I had. So that's what I did. I used it for the horses to begin with. And then I got the barn built for the horses, and I figured, well, the goats, I could make that a temporary pen for the goats. And they've been there a lot longer than what I had planned, but sometimes, the best laid plans of mice and men, what are you going to do? So anyway, I am working on trying to get the goat barn done, and I've also got to fence it in. And right now, the pen that they have right now, it is electric, 5-strand electric all the way around. But then there's also like a plastic, like a snow fence kind of thing, but it's plastic. And I put that around on the inside. Excuse me. No, I put it on the outside because I wanted them to feel the electric. I have to catch up with the happenings on your channel. I know how busy it is. I know. Same here. It's just been crazy. This is time of year, if the weather is good, you're out there, you're getting work done. What are you going to do? And we've had some good wet weather, which is why I've slacked off on catching up on some of the channels I follow. I try to catch, the odd one here and there, but I know I'm so far behind on a lot of them. But, it's that time of year. I thought, okay, in the winter, you're supposed to be able to sit back, relax. Nothing needs to be done, right? Oh, no. Well, here in Kentucky, at least, the winter is not that bad. So you can work through it mostly. Like yesterday, we had snow. Today, we had some snow. Working hard to build raised beds. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's what's on my agenda right after the goat barn. I mean, I thought I was going to be working on the inside of the cabin, but I got to get the raised beds done. I've got to get them done, and we all know why. So the goat barn, that'll be up. They'll get fenced in, and then I can concentrate on raised beds and getting a garden area set up. Right now, it's going to be on the hillside between the cabin and the barn. So it's going to be, like a stepped raised beds. I'm not sure how many I can put in there. I didn't measure it. It's just whatever I can get in there, that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll go from there. Because I'm trying to fit everything in. There's some things I hope, if things work out, I hope to be able to plant on the hill above my driveway. Because I'll put something there that doesn't need to be cared for or have a constant harvest being made off it. Like, say, pumpkins or winter squash would be good to plant up there. Something like that. So that was my plan. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what's going on with that. Of course, I still have nesting boxes to do, and once I get the raised beds built, the framework for what is now the goat pen, I am going to turn that into a chicken coop, because the chickens are already accustomed to going there. And you know what? They roost at night, and if it's wet, they can move out. They'll walk off. They're used to it. They know the way around. So I'll leave the chickens there, that set of chickens, and build that into a better chicken coop. I'll put wire walls and a roof on it. It may take me a bit to get the metal for the roof. We'll see. The goat barn is being done with mostly reclaimed lumber, even though I did have to order some because I didn't have everything that I needed. But it's reclaimed metal and some reclaimed lumber. And we'll see, what else we can do with that. But that's the goat barn. And of course, there's going to be some aspects of the goat barn. It's going to be built with pallet wood, which is another thing. With the pallet wood, you have to take it apart. Well, okay, there's some situations where you can just use the whole pallet. And I have done that for certain things. But I prefer to take the pallets apart, and then I can size the lumber to what I need. Like, I like the way that the walls that I built for my barn have turned out, where I have the gate. I really like that. I think it turned out really good. And so I want to do something like that for the goat barn. Maybe not as like I've got spaces in it. But I probably won't do that for the goats. I don't know. Maybe for stalls inside. I just want to be able to separate them out, Is out prepping the site for our greenhouses as we speak. Oh, you're getting greenhouses. A greenhouse. Well, one of the cheap ones, 26 by 10 by 7. Okay. Want to build a permanent one in future. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't think I'm going to, as much as I want to, I really don't think I'm going to get a greenhouse built this year. I just got too many other things I got to deal with. I am hoping, depending, okay, I'm hoping that I can get a back porch built on this cabin this year. We'll see. There's a lot of variables that go into that. But the thing is, one of the biggest things, as you know, is the cost of lumber, cost of materials. It has been ridiculous, and the lumber came down briefly, but then shot back up again. And I had asked my guys to give me an estimate on building the back porch, and they said the price of lumber just shot back up again. And it's like they didn't think it was worth it. But then I said, okay, well, here's the question I have. With the back porch, it's going to be mostly open, at least for the time being. Is there any reason why we can't use freshly sawn lumber? He got to thinking. He said, no. There's no real reason why we can't use freshly sawn lumber, because it's not going to be heated right away. It's going to be, just open covered porch for the time being, okay, until I can get everything together to close it in. Let me see here. I built a temporary shelter for the horses with pallets, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, you do what you got to do, and the goat shelter right now that used to have the horses, that's got pallets. It's got a pallet floor, but it's raised up, and it's got the back wall is pallets. But when I make it for the chickens, I think the tarp's going to have to go, okay, because it's in bad shape. But the framework's still good, and the floor's still good. And so I just got to put up wire walls so I can keep any predators out, and then just kind of block in the area where they would be sleeping at night, where the roosts are going to be. And I'll probably put the roost up on the on that back platform area, they'd be happy with that, I'm sure. So, a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't think, pallets might work for my back porch, but I need an awful lot of pallets, and I can only handle 4, depending on the pallet, maybe 5 in the back of my Tahoe. So this is where, I wish I had a pickup truck, because then I could get more pallets. And there've been times when I've seen some good pallets, and it's like I have to pass them up because I don't have the room. So, but with everything, the price of everything, what are you gonna do? I got to use the free lumber to get things done around here. And what I'm going to do for fencing, at least for the pen where the goats are going to be, I'm going to use hog panels. I was looking at the difference between the hog and the cattle. The cattle panels are like a few dollars cheaper, but I think the dimensions are better for the hog panels. And I know that at the very bottom, they're pretty close together. So I figured that would be good, because then I don't have to worry about weeds or anything getting around the electric. But then as the holes get bigger, I'll run an electric wire on the inside of the pen, so they'll get the electric from that, but I don't have to worry about them squeezing through any holes. And I just think that it'd be easier for me to put the fence up using panels than trying to use a rolled fence. Believe me, I thought about it, and I just don't think I can handle a rolled fence. If I had some heavy equipment, maybe, but I don't. It's just me, and I just can't see myself doing it. So, I think it's going to be hog panels. They're 16 feet long. So if I put a post 16 feet apart and maybe put a T-post in the middle, so that's 8 feet, I think that would work. And then, like I said, I'd put a single strand of electric just as the holes start to get bigger. And then I put another strand of electric at the top, above the hog panel. Okay, so that it's a deterrent for anything to jump over. And if that's not enough, I can just add another strand. But at least I'll have that physical barrier. And I think that would be more secure than just the electric fence. Because last year I did have a problem with kids getting out, especially little Miss. When she was a little one, she would get through the fence. So no, I don't want to take the chance this year. Hopefully, before there's anybody kidding, I have a fence up, I have a secure barn, and they will be much happier, much drier. Oh, okay. So we talked about the goat barn. That's coming up. And the raised beds, which are going to be built out of pilot wood. And I'm going to make them, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet wide. Depends on the boards I have. Just watched your rain catchment video. Oh, yeah, I tell you. There are lots of folks around here that use the panels for fence. It looks great. Easy to do repairs too. Yeah. And if the finances work out, I'm thinking about using them for fencing for around my garden and whatnot too. Now I do have a video up that's like 2-3 years old, I think, where I say I don't like cattle panels for horses, and I don't. Cattle panels by themselves. If you're gonna use a cattle panel with horses, you gotta have electric on it. Because they will pop the welds, and then you've got this thing sticking out. And I have seen so many horses get it. Honey got an injury on her neck from a busted cattle panel. So it's like you gotta have electric. But I'm not planning on doing cattle panels for the horses. They're very good with the electric fence, even if they just think it's electric. Okay, they will not go near a string, whereas the goats will test it. Okay, yeah, they will push it down. Yeah, exactly. So the goats will test a fence. So if I have their main pen area secured and the electric fence working, flawlessly, then chances are very good they will not test the fence so much, that I use elsewhere, because that will be mostly electric. Because I'm dealing with hills and weeds and, stuff like that. So, we'll see. If I can get away with using the hog panels, then, like I said, they're like 3 feet tall. Of course, with goats, you need higher than that. So the top part would be electric. That would be easier to maintain with weeds and stuff like that. And the goats will eat the weeds around the fence, the bottom of the fence. Okay. So long as they don't think they're going to get shocked. So I just have a wire where the holes start to get bigger. Okay. As a deterrent, and then at the top. And that should help me be able to maintain the electric fence. At least in theory. We'll see. So that's that. And then I'll use if I had the money, I'll have use the panels for fence around the garden area, because the ducks were a problem last year. They totally wiped out my garden. The small garden I have, they just totally wiped it out. So I got to be ready this year to make sure I keep the ducks out. Now, there is some good news. We had a little trouble getting it. Just because of things outside of our control. A lot of red tape and whatnot. But we finally got the money to pay off the cabin. So as soon as they get the check, because my husband would not do it over the phone, even though that was an option, he sent them a check in the mail. As soon as they get the check, this cabin will be paid for, and we will officially 100% own our home. We own the land. We were paying on the cabin. This week, we will be debt-free when it comes to our home anyway. We still have a little bit of other debt that we're working on, but we own the cabin. So that will help us out so much. It has been such a struggle. And we finally got through. It was just a bunch of red tape, okay? And timing and everything. It's all it was, okay? So we finally got through it. We got the money, and we will own it free and clear. So that will help us out with some of the expenses. I am hoping that the goats produce well enough that I'll be able to sell some kids, and that will help us out with the feed cost. That's my primary goal at this point. And you see here, it's a great feeling, isn't it? Oh yes. Oh, and I said, it's been a bone of contention between my husband and I, but he finally saw the wisdom in it, and he finally went ahead and started the process. Like I said, it took a while. Get out the cabin. What is the totally amazing? Oh yes, he needs my help. I gotta run. Okay, I'll talk to you later, Sugar Creek Homestead. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm probably not going to be on here much longer either. But so anyway, that's try and catch up later, Sugar Creek. Let me see here. There was another. I said that there were changes coming, and there is another change that I wanted to talk about, and it has to do with YouTube. Now, my channel has never really been political, and I don't want it to be political, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. But this year, one thing that I have found very, very disturbing, extremely disturbing, is the censorship being done by big tech. I don't do Twitter. Okay, never have. They were the first one to do it. Facebook followed closely behind. Now, I've not liked Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook. I tried putting a page in there, and I just haven't been able to figure it out very well. So I do have a Facebook page, but I think that's going to be coming down because of how gross their censorship has been. And then also Amazon booted Parler, which again, I was not on Parler, but it was a safe haven for freedom of speech. And Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter ganged up, or Facebook and Twitter ganged up with Amazon, and I think Google was part of it, and they pressured Amazon to boot Parler off of their servers. That happens in America? No, you don't do that in the United States of America. No. It's like, I can't believe that they did that. And it's like, that's un-American. Flat out, it's un-American. We have freedom of speech. I mean, if you don't agree with it, fine. Don't agree with it. Like I tell people, I don't always agree with my husband, but I'm still married to him. So you don't like their opinion, go elsewhere. You don't have to listen to it. So I said, I'm not on these little chit chat things that like Twitter and Parler and whatever. I'm not on any of that because I just don't have time for it. Now I did find another thing like Facebook called USA USA.life. Okay. It's fairly new. It's not as well known, but I probably agree. Hidden ticket. Oh yeah, okay, hidden ticket. Yeah, my rant is about censorship because we have freedom of speech, and what big tech has been doing is absolutely atrocious in my books. Like I said, if you don't agree with someone, fine, don't listen. Move on. Go somewhere else. Another page or another chit chat or whatever they call them. Just you don't have to listen. You don't like it. Like I've done that with people. If I don't like what they're saying, I move on. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. So anyway, like I said, I was starting to say I found another Facebook type thing. It's called USA.life, I believe. And on there, I am Mom H because it would not let me. I think that's what I am. No, on that one, okay, I'm Honey Hollow Homestead, capital H's, no spaces. Okay, on us.life. Okay, that's a Facebook type thing. Okay, I found a few like homesteady kind of places. I'm still looking. I don't have a whole lot of time to put a lot into it, but I'm working on it. Hey there, Michigan Daffodil. So that's the Facebook type thing. I'm getting off of Facebook, okay? And I'm also started a channel on Rumble, okay? RUMBLE. Now on Rumble, I am Mom H, okay? Because I wasn't sure how they had their system set up, and I figured, well, okay. I was going to try and do the Honey Hollow, but they wouldn't let. There's something about it anyway. I don't remember now. I've been dabbling around different things, so it's like sometimes I get a little bit confused when it comes to technical stuff. Okay, it's technology. So anyway, Rumble is like YouTube. USA.life is like Facebook. Okay, so I am not leaving YouTube at this point. Okay, because the chances are slim to none they will cut me off, and I have an audience here on YouTube, and that's the only reason I'm still on YouTube is because of the audience, because you all. Okay, so I'm still going to be doing YouTube, but I'm also on Rumble. Now another thing with Rumble is that I don't have to meet a set requirement in order to be monetized. Okay, I don't have to get so many subscribers. I don't have to get so many views within a certain period of time. As soon as I got the website up and running, or the channel, my channel up and running, I was monetized. Now, I haven't earned anything yet. I'm not sure if I have it set up 100% accurately. And I don't know how much time you have to put in before you start getting something. I've only posted one video, okay, so far, and that was the one where I built the nesting box. So stares at YouTube, yeah. So I just want to put it out there that I am on those two sites, and as soon as I get a chance, my Facebook page will be coming down. I'm not putting up with that. No, if you're not going to allow someone to have free thought in their own opinion without penalizing them and taking away their livelihood, because there are some people that make their livelihood on Facebook and Twitter and and YouTube. It's like, for what? Because you disagree with their opinion? Does that mean they don't have a right to earn a living? Seriously? It's like, I'm sorry, I'm totally against this cancel culture. That's wrong. That is just wrong. I have a family member who has a different political view than I do. I love him dearly. Okay. And it breaks my heart that we disagree on that area, but I respect his opinion. Okay. And I still, I don't discuss politics. Try not to anyway around him. And I just enjoy his company. I love him dearly. It's a crazy world. Lots of patriots trying to find a social platform home. Yeah. And it's like, that's communist China does things like this. Okay? It's like, that's just wrong. You don't do that here in the United States of America. We have freedom of speech. You're allowed to have your own opinion. You're allowed to have your own thought. So I said, I don't necessarily want my channel to become political. Okay? That's because everybody has their own opinion. And even amongst those who are similar in their political viewpoints, there's still differences in that. Okay? In those groups. So, everybody has their own opinion. And that's true with religion, lifestyle. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. And I may not necessarily agree with you with everything. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. That doesn't mean we can't have other areas that we have in common. Like, I'll share information with about goats rather, and about chickens and about horses. And, okay, we disagree in these other areas. Okay, fine. One of these, I love to sit down and have conversation and discuss different ideas as to why we hold the ideas we do. I enjoy that so long as it's done civilly. But if it's going to cause a problem, okay, fine, I respect your space. I won't discuss that with you. I'll go somewhere else if I feel like I need to discuss it. Okay? Channels to stay on the channel topic, get and keep an audience. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. But it's a matter of, I'm not going to support the technologies that are going to try to quelch our constitutional rights, our God-given rights. Okay? I just can't do it. And that includes Amazon. And I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. I don't do a lot of buying because I haven't had a lot of money. But I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. And this one hurts. It really hurts. But I am going to try my darndest to not shop and buy off of Amazon. I'm sorry. I'll go elsewhere. The straw was broken when they booted Parler because Parler was adhering to our constitutional right of freedom of speech, our First Amendment right. So, it's a crazy world. Okay. I think I read everybody's comments. So I'm hoping I don't lose any friends because of my stand. It's not political. It has to do with our constitutional rights. And I'm going to put myself out in other areas. Amazon is pretty good. I know it is. Hidden ticket, I know. And like I said, that one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt. Yeah, I know. But you know what? Right now, what I'm doing is I am using their website to shop for different types of products. And then I'm going to see if I can't find that product elsewhere. Maybe buy directly from the company that manufactures it. That's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to try to do. As a matter of fact, I've already picked out a livestock scale that I want. Of course, it's going to cost me more money going to the company than through Amazon. I think it's going to cost me $30 more. But it's something I really do need this livestock scale for my goat business. So I just gotta wait a couple of months before I can get it. Would have been nice to have it before the kids were born, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. So, but yeah. So it's just I can get another thing that I want. I can get from Walmart. See, and eBay work. Yeah, I can't really get my handle around eBay. I've tried going on there, and I know I use technology, but there's certain aspects of I just have a hard time dealing with, and eBay is one of those things I've just had a hard time dealing with. I've tried a couple of times, and I thought I found something that's like, so where are you? Okay, are you local? Like that, I wanted to get some IBC totes, and I found a place on eBay, and it's supposedly in Kentucky, and it's like for local pickup only, but I couldn't find out where they were. There was no address, no nothing. It's like, I tried contacting them, and I never got a response. Well, I guess you're not going to get my business, so, I do what I can. If I can get it locally, like, it's more complicated than it used to be. Yeah, that's what it seems like, and I wasn't into eBay when it first started. So, and even Craigslist down here is next to useless. I used to use Craigslist all the time up in New Jersey. I found some good things. But down here, it's really hard to search for something. Like, I'll put in the search, okay, something to do with a car. Let me see here. Tires, okay? And I'll get some posts that have to do with tires, but then I get a whole list of other things that, okay, why am I getting this advertisement? This has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with tires. Doesn't even have anything to do with automobiles. Okay, so it's like Craigslist is kind of like difficult these days, at least down here. So this area is like 4 listings, and all of them are scams. Yeah. See, like I say, up in New Jersey, I used it a lot. I sold things on Craigslist. It was not a problem. Bought things on Craigslist. It wasn't a problem. But down here, it's another ball of wax. Which brings me to the problem with Facebook, because they have Facebook Marketplace is very popular around here. But I haven't been able to figure that out yet, how they do it. And it's really hard to search for something in particular. At least I haven't figured out an easy way to do it. So, and that was one of the reasons why I got the Facebook page, was so I could get on the Facebook Marketplace. And that just, I just was not very successful on it. Now there is a local radio station called Dial and Deal. Okay. And that's on in the mornings around here. And you can buy and sell on there. You can call and put your advertisement on there. They advertise it for you. And I guess it's very popular around here. It's very local. You can call and harass a friend or relative, tell them happy birthday, happy anniversary, or what have you. And, it's kind of nice down home kind of thing. So, and I can probably advertise my chickens, eggs, and goats on there. And that has a pretty decent coverage. So I wouldn't trust Facebook Marketplace either. Probably 90% of the items worth any actual money are stolen. That's a possibility. It depends on what area. I know this because I work retail and see people stealing and listing it later. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. And even, I'll tell you, honestly, I've listened to this Dial and Deal program, and there's been some things that some people will list, and it's like, that's kind of an odd combination. How is it you have all that kind of things that you're selling, and it makes you wonder where they got it from? Not saying not with everybody. Okay, there's a lot of them that, good down home, but every now and then you get one on there. It's like, that seems a little bit suspicious. New no box means I stole this from Home Depot last night. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, for here, that's quite a jaunt to steal from Home Depot, because that's like an hour and a half away. But yeah. So anyway, so it's like it's a little difficult these days to put out there about anything that you want to buy or sell. YouTube does kind of help that in the homesteading genre, because we have the homesteading community, and at least if you're watching when they post the video that you're looking for something, or you're selling something, then you've got that. connection, kind of. Of course, a lot of times they're not local, and it's sometimes a little harder to buy local. But we do have a local newspaper, too, that comes out once a week, and they have a classified section. So, I don't know. But in order to buy and sell, you either have to be known or you have to advertise. And I'm not really known yet. Hopefully I will be if I push it hard enough. We'll see. I have not found the Homestead community to be helpful at all, honestly. Well, it kind of depends. Like this one channel, he raises goats, and he had a buckling born, and I really like the look of him, and I like his genetics, and if I can figure out how to get him, I might try to get him. So that would be one good thing in the homesteading genre. But I mean, to buy anything, it is a little bit like you're not going to get a lot of people to help you out much. There's a few people out there that get help, but they're far and few between. Few and far between, you know what I mean? So that you pretty much have to worry about deal with locally, okay? Like I like this guy, this one particular kid, because I know that that buckling's not going to be genetically related to any of my goats. I know it. So for me to diversify the genetics in my herd, it would be good if I can purchase that kid. Okay, but so that would be one good thing with the homesteading genre on YouTube. That would be a good thing, okay, for livestock DNA diversification, okay. And I mean, there's information out there, but to buy and sell is kind of like, depends on what you want to buy and sell. It's okay if you're doing it abroad, a wider area, but locally, I mean, there's only a few of us here in Kentucky that I have found. Not saying that there aren't more, but the ones I have found, there's only a few of us in this area in Kentucky that are on YouTube. Now, I've made connections with some, not all. Some are just too far away, but still, I'm trying to develop that locally. It's very important to look locally for a lot of your resources, especially these days. Isn't it so trusting that he does not believe me when I tell him that? Yeah. Use new stuff online. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Don't mind me. So, anyway, I'm rambling on about nothing now. But when you're trying to buy and sell for your homestead, you pretty much have to use any resource that you can. So I'm going to be using the Dial and Deal. Okay, that's local. Also word of mouth. I'm planning on hanging a shingle down at the end of my road. And I have to do it at the end of my road because we're the only people living on my road. So I don't think I'm going to get any business if I just put it at the end of my driveway. So I got to put it at the end of my road. And I mean, and there's not a lot of traffic down there either. So I pretty much have to get the word out somehow that I plan on selling these items, and it's to come to looking for things. Well, I'll tell you, the people that around here that seem to know who's got what, believe it or not, the Amish. They're pretty good resource. Now they may not know what the English so much has to offer. To a certain degree they do, because they do have ties with some English. But they really know their Amish community and who has things that they can offer. Like somebody told me this one guy is really good with welding. They got another guy that's really good with leather, who I want to use his services at some point. I just haven't had the money to do it. So, things are getting there. They're getting there. And it's just a matter of getting out there and getting known. So, well, hopefully if you feel like trying to figure out Rumble, look for Mom H. That's capital MOM, capital H. At least that's how I spelled it on there. And like I said, right now I only have the one video. I'll probably pretty much be, with the exception of my introduction video for Rumble, which I haven't done yet. Hopefully I can get my software issue with my editing program figured out. Once I get that done, hopefully I'll get an introduction video on Rumble. And then pretty much everything I put on Rumble, I'll put on YouTube as well. So it's not going to be that big thing. But if you want to get off of YouTube, I'll be on Rumble. Okay. And if you want to get off Facebook and you want to find me, I am on USA.life. And it seems a lot like Facebook. I found there's a on the Rumble, there's a permaculture channel that seems to be really good. Okay. He's got a lot on there, homesteady type stuff. And on the USA.life, I found a few have to do with goats. I'm still exploring that one. I've connected with a few, but it doesn't seem like it's getting a lot of traffic. But could be because it's fairly new and people are just finding it. And there was another one that was kind of like Facebook, and I don't remember what the name of it was. But I found this one, and I like their USA symbol. So, I figured, well, I'll try it. And I liked their graphics and stuff. I liked it. And I put my my picture of honey on there, and they automatically have put a banner up that has mountains with a valley. I was like, oh, that's cool. I think I like that. So I'm going to just keep that. I don't know if there's a way for me to change that or not, but anyway, I'm keeping it. So, but anyway, I've been on here long enough. I rambled on long enough. Those are the main things. And hopefully, as soon as I get this software issue figured out, I'll get another video up. It's just technical stuff, My son doesn't know that particular program, so I don't know that he's really much help to me. Maybe it was my phone they didn't like. I don't know why, but it was giving me all kinds of grief when I was trying to edit that video that I recorded. It's like, and it was supposed to be a simple video, just me sitting there chit-chatting. There wasn't a lot of clips and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. So anyway, hopefully it won't be too long. I'll have another video up, hopefully. But in the meantime, have a good one, everybody, and stay warm, stay safe. And in these days, hopefully you are prepared. So we are going shopping tomorrow to pick up a few other things. And then hopefully we won't have to go back. Oh, you know what? There is one thing I forgot to mention. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, so long as the mechanic has the time, we will be getting work done on the truck. So that will be taken care of too. New tires and work on the truck, and then should be good to go. But anyways, already looks like the sun is coming out. I wonder if the wind has stopped. So maybe I can actually get some work done. So I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one. And if I don't see you on YouTube, hopefully I'll see you on Rumble. You won't see them on Facebook. Maybe I'll see you on USA.life. Okay. So I'll see you somewhere, hopefully. Okay. Have a good one, everybody.